Check this.
Manipuri and Kathakali. Are you all excited to come and see all of us? And other than that, we are also doing a new dance. Which one is that?
Yeah, the Buddha dance.
The Buddha dance. Sanvi, can I have you here? Come. So here comes the Sanvi, who's going to do Buddha dance along with us. Are you excited, Sanvi?
Yes.
Yes. What is the best part of the dance?
And you?
You need to specify one.
The depth of the song.
So we all love the props which we are using, which you can see here. We love the props. This is props used by the dhol. We are using 4 different colors, and it was really chosen very carefully because we have used the 4 colors of our houses. Yeah. So be ready to see tomorrow and witnessing classical dance and Buddha dance. Bye.
Nature of this idea inhabitants uniforms to see and conceptualized as living center. This always very vibrant, pulsating electricity and we a joking costume. So that's how the concept of the annual cultural program. And then the teachers came. They know they spoke about what can be dramatically possible. And that's how the whole show began.
Concert is one event which everyone looks forward to. It's not just about showcasing each one's talent, it's about working together and having a lot of fun. Numaish is the skit which the children of the primary are going to put up this year. Numaish is the cultural symbol of Hyderabad. It was started 81 years ago by the students of Osmania University.
The 50 of us who worked on this play, and it was truly a pleasure to learn so much about the port and direct 50 wonderful children.
Hi, I am Kaushik. This is Zed. This is Nishan, and this is Faizan. Zed is from 6D. We are from 6A. And we like the concert. We are part of a concert. Yeah. We are in the Golconda play. Yeah, we are in the We both are the noblemen. This guy is the army head. And the robber.
की टीम है जिन्होंने दिन रात मेहनत की। 3 महीने से हम लोग लगे हुए हैं। 10 मिनट का प्ले है लेकिन उसमें 3 महीने लगे हैं। कोई कॉस्ट्यूम में, स्क्रिप्ट राइटिंग, डिजाइनिंग, बहुत सारा वर्क किया है इसमें, बहुत समय लगा। सब ने जी तोड़ मेहनत की, तब जाके हमारा 10 मिनट का प्ले सक्सेस होगा, सफल होगा। सालार म्यूजियम एक हैदराबाद की बहुत ही खूबसूरत इमारत है और जहाँ बहुत देश विदेश से लाई हुई मूर्तियाँ हैं जिसको हमने एक मूर्तियों को एक जीवित रूप दिया है जो अपनी कहानी को सुनाएगी, वो कहाँ से आई है और वो क्या कहना चाहती है, क्या मैसेज देना चाहती है, वो आप ध्यान से सुनिएगा, बहुत ही मजा आएगा।
I'm really excited for our concert this evening. Practicing for it has been quite an experience. The kids have been so amazing. Some of them have literally picked up an instrument they didn't know how to play before, and now they're playing on stage and they're doing so well. So I'm really proud of all of them. It's been quite an experience, and I'm not going to forget this one for a long time to come.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful evening. The setting sun, an orange sky, a gentle, cool breeze, and the peace that comes from sheer joy. One couldn't have asked for more. On this, the 25th day of January 2020, I, on behalf of the principal, staff, and students of the Hyderabad Public School, wish to accord all of you who have come to witness our annual cultural program, Glimpses of the Essence of Hyderabad, a warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, when you draw or paint a tree, you do not replicate the tree. That is, you do not copy it exactly as it is. That would be photography. To be free to paint a tree, a flower, or a sunset, you have to feel what it conveys to you. Today, that's what you have to do. You have to feel the significance and spirit of Hyderabad. Situated along the banks of the Musi River, Hyderabad is known as the city of Nizams and the city of pearls. We will try and take you this evening on a virtual tour of Hyderabad, a city that we all love so much. A word of caution though, constraints of time and theatrical limitations have forced us to leave out certain legendary landmarks of this bustling, pulsating, vibrant city. This does not mean that we do not acknowledge or recognize the astounding contribution of Hyderabad being home to India's biggest IMAX screen, the world's largest film studio, the 7th oldest university in India, the Osmania University, some of the oldest rock formations, 2,500 millions old, on the planet are right here in Hyderabad, and some on our school campus as well. The biggest snow theme park in the world, and we host the president of this great nation here in Hyderabad at least once a year, especially during the winters in the Rashtrapati Nilayam. We couldn't cover so many of these monuments, milestones, and moments. It is impossible to do justice to this metropolis that is unique in its culture, tradition, language, and lifestyle. This haven that embraces people from all walks of life in 2 hours. Nevertheless, we have attempted this Herculean task, and when you see approximately 700 participants of ages ranging between 3 and 13 from classes PP1 to class 8, we've left our senior students to their academics, and how wonderfully the young brigade is held forth. They have done everything they can to bring Hyderabad, the heartthrob of history, to life in 2 hours. Then you will be forced to admit that HPS Begumpet has done the impossible. In popular local lingo, देखो चचा, बैंगन बातें नको करो मेरे से, HPS करके बताया ना? When translated, hey dude, don't talk rubbish. HPS has proved that it can be done. This is what you will see this evening. Let me give you a verbal teaser of what is going to unfold when the sun goes down this evening. You will see a typical Hyderabadi kid. Now, I must tell you something that I just came to know about this little kid. He is a second generation eaglet. His parents were our students, and a proud grandmother came and shared with me that, ma'am, both my sons were from the Hyderabad Public School. The school has done so much to make them wonderful human beings, And today, my grandson is here occupying center stage when it's a legacy school with a 97-year-old history. That is what the school does for families. We are so proud. There are three things anybody asked me that I'm very proud of. I will tell them I'm proud that I'm an Indian. I'm extremely proud that I'm a Hyderabadi. And I'm so, so proud that I belong to the HPS family along with all of you. So this evening, we will pay tribute to this wonderful city and this precious institution that means so much to all of us. You will see this typically Hyderabadi kid addicted to his gadgets like so many children of today, being very carefully guided by his mother to a more circumspect use of technology. While guiding him, the mother and son learn a lot about this dynamic, spirited, electrifying and sparkling city. There are some elegant, stylish, subtle, controlled, balletic, billowing, poised, beautiful, artistically exquisite dances that range from the classical to the Buddham dance that pays tribute to the world's tallest monolith of Gautam Buddha erected on Gibraltar Rock in an Abhay Mudra in the middle of the Hussain Sagar. The Indonesian ballet features 26 dancers. Do not miss the flowers on the screen used during the Lumbini festival. They add an exclusive dimension to the celebration of Buddha Purnima. The breathtakingly beautiful dance of 6 minutes by 45 students celebrating Batkama is a must watch. It's a floral festival and it is, I think, largely believed that the king and queen lost their 100 sons in battle and so prayed to goddess Lakshmi to be born to them. And when the girl child was born, hundreds came in to bless her with immortality, saying, Amma, Patukamma, meaning live. So that is how she was blessed with life. The dazzling, dramatic avatar dance is a mind-blowing highlight. As Hyderabad moves to its new age role of being the IT hub of India, with high-tech city as its epicenter, we must be very prudent in our purchase and use of video games. The dance represents how, instead of games that escalate violence, children can be bought games that teach you about the need for looking after the environment. Technology, after all, is only a tool. Let us use it well. As someone so powerfully said, and I quote, you affect the world by what you browse. Let's not become tools of our tools. While on the roller coaster ride, you may wonder why the German dance. While celebrating the International Kite Festival, let's not forget that Hyderabad is not only a melting pot of North and South Indian cultures, but the Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb of the localites is such that the new city represents a more cosmopolitan culture. The Alliance Française, the German institutes of learning, are all much sought after places where students and adults are frequenting to pick up new languages and understand different cultures. The Hyderabad Public School, for the first time in many, many years, has opened its portals to international students. We have 2 from the US spending a term with us, and a student from Germany is being hosted by us for 6 weeks. German is now one of the 3rd languages introduced for study in classes 5 to 8. We felt we must celebrate going international. Other highlights of this evening are the Golconda Fort or Golconda. which is a fortified citadel and an early capital city of the Qutub Shahi dynasty located in Hyderabad. Golconda flourished as a trade center of large diamonds. You will see the Kohinoor in person this evening. The Veiled Rebecca is a marble sculpture created by the Italian neoclassical sculptor. The Life Skies sculpture depicts the haughty, evil Mephistopheles back to back with the gentle, charming Margarita. When you see what is happening on the stage, do not blame your eyes. You have perfect vision. These are the statues of Salarjung Museum that we have brought to life for you at HPS on this makeshift stage. All of us remember that cynical smile on Mephistopheles' face and the prayer book in Margarita's hand. These are famous characters from the famous drama Faust, and see how children have interpreted the drama, and see how the writer, the member of the Department of Hindi, has written powerful lines of philosophy regarding good and evil. His words on time are something you must listen in absolute silence. I don't think you've heard that before. There is the 200-year-old amazing musical clock, one of the biggest attractions of the museum, also on display for you today, and a Ravi Varma segment from the Salarjung Museum. And of course, last but not the least, we have the history of the Hyderabad Public School, something all of you would relate to and love. We are now joined, ladies and gentlemen, by the chief guest for the evening, Mr. Eric Alexander. Mr. Eric Alexander is the chief of the consular section at the US Consulate in Hyderabad, India. Prior to assuming this role, Mr. Alexander was the division chief for the Eastern Hemisphere in the Office of Children's Issues at the Department of State. Mr. Alexander has previously served in Chengdu, Sofia, Hanoi, Tokyo, Skopje, Bucharest, and Caracas. Mr. Alexander is a native of the state of New Mexico and holds a BSFS, a Bachelor of Science in Foreign Service degree from Georgetown University. He stays in Hyderabad with his wife, Miss Julie, and their son, Malcolm. Sir, it is a rare honor and a great privilege to have you as our special guest this evening. I'm sure you will have a magical and memorable evening. He's accompanied by honorable members of the Hyderabad Public School Society, our President, Mr. A. Shyam Mohan, our Vice President, Mr. Gusti J. Noria, who also happens to be the Vice Chairman of our Board of Governors and the Chairman of Hyderabad Public School, Warangal. We also have with us Mr. M.A. Faiz Khan, the Secretary and Treasurer of the Hyderabad Public Schools Society, Member Board of Governors, and the Chairman of Hyderabad Public School, Kadapa. They are being welcomed traditionally. The traditional Hyderabadi welcome is with athar or itar that is applied on the inside of the wrist, dabbed gently, and the gentle sprinkling of paneer, rose water, and the hospitality lingers for a long time, like the Hyderabadi hospitality. The gentle fragrance lingers on. The kids today were Nabiha and Sara of classes 3 and 2, and the children who will shortly be doing the honors with the bouquets are Vihan of PP2 and Mazin of class 3. Sir, we welcome you today. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see a spectacular spectacular extravaganza today. In 2 hours, you will be taken on a roller coaster ride of Hyderabad with an exciting peek into some of our most extraordinary and celebrated monuments, milestones, feasts, and festivals. Please sit back and enjoy what we have in store for you. This is a pageant of epic proportions. There is something in it for everyone. The music lovers, the dance patrons, the theatre enthusiasts, the Numaish buffs, the art and craft devotees, and mark my words, the philosophers. For them, the brilliant message that the extraordinary script from the sets of Salarjung Museum gives to the advisory on the cautious use of technology. Oh, what an evening it promises to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? The intoxicating aroma of Iranian tea, Mughal biryani and halim in every alley, shopping from the streets of Charminar to the markets of Lad Bazaar, sightseeing from the Chow Mahalla Palace to the Golconda Fort that remains artless. And in a few minutes from now, when you see the glimpses of the essence of Hyderabad in what is truly a high-tech city now, the first word you'll say is wow.
Change out of your uniform and put away your things. Oh, Mom, please let me off. You're always hustling me and pushing me to doing all this boring stuff. Why can't I just play on the laptop, Ma? Please, Ma, please, please, please. Come on, Rahul. Please. Oh my God. All these electronic gadgets are spoiling our children. I wish I could find a way out of this addicting problem. No, Rahul. First things first, go have a wash whilst I go through your diary and check what homework you need to do. Oh my God! Rahul hasn't tackled his project work and it's due this week. I'm so worried. Nothing seems to hold his interest as much as this laptop can. How on earth do I inspire him? I can't make one small boy listen to me. I simply don't know how the teachers make 40 such students listen to them. Hats off to them. They must be superhuman. I must come up with a clever idea to get Rahul to focus. Let me think. The project expects Rahul to write all about Hyderabad. I get it. When in Rome, be a Roman. That's it. Hey, Rahul, I'm floundering trying to Google this topic on the laptop. Can you give me a few pointers here? Sure, Mom. What do you need?
I can do it in a jiffy. Look, your teacher.
Ma, please, ma, at least give me some time, ma. Please, ma, please.
Come on, Rahul, listen. Your teacher has asked you to do a project on Hyderabad, and I don't know exactly how to do it. Do you think you could Google some information for me?
Absolutely, mom. Easy peasy. Here, let me help you. Ma, look, Birla Mandir. I remember we went there when Amma was here. Look how beautiful it is.
beautiful. No wonder Birla Mandir has become such an important place of interest in Hyderabad. It has thousands of people coming to view it regularly. See, Mom, look at this. This next site is Numayish. It says here that it is a world-famous industrial exhibition. Traders from all over India vie with each other to come to this Numayish. Yes, we go to it every year, don't we, Mom? Dad enjoys the boring industrial products, but I enjoy the giant wheel and other rides. Last time it was so funny that Rina ate so much yummy food there that she threw up after the ride.
हैदराबाद की नुमाइश है सबकी फरमाइश
Popcorn, get your popcorn. Butter, cheese, chili or sweet. Every bite is a treat. Popcorn, popping everywhere. Oh, popcorn, popping here and there. Popcorn, popping everywhere. Oh, popcorn, popping here and there. We can eat it all day. How about you? We can eat it plain or we could just do. We can eat it all day. How about you? We can eat it plain or we could just do. Popcorn, popping everywhere. Oh, popcorn, popping here and there. Popcorn, popping everywhere. Oh, popcorn, popping here and there. Feast your eyes on a designs. We have Bandhani, Kashmiri and Fulkari. Oh madam, try this Lucknowi chicken curry. Clothes, clothes everywhere, red and pink, blue and green. Clothes, clothes everywhere, red and pink, blue and green. Kashmiri and Lucknowi, Fulkari, Bandhani, Kashmiri and Lucknowi, frock shirts Why a ride? All you do is pick a side. The giant wheel above the ground or a quick whirl on a merry-go-round. Welcome, dear family. You must try a delicious cotton candy.
What's going on? Drop the beat.
Come, little girls, come, little boys. Come see our amazing toys. Don't you want this pretty doll? Or maybe a cricket bat and ball.
Goodbye, dear family. अब घर जाओ खुशी खुशी.
That was entertaining and informative, wasn't it, Rahul? What are you going to browse on next? This site shows a lot of interesting aspects of Hyderabad life. Pearls, biryani, etc.
Welcome to the Grand Jamala Palace to witness a scintillating fashion show as our tiny tots pay homage by showcasing to you the very essence of Hyderabad. Be prepared to be entertained by the sights and sounds, the aromas and the tastes that make this unique city great. First, we have a tribute to the exclusive Hyderabadi accessories and designs that you simply must have. Enchanting pearls, radiating beauty and charm from Hyderabad, the city of pearls. Nizami jewelry is easily one of the most coveted royal and gorgeous forms of jewelry in India. A must-have for every woman. These exquisite dresses portray age-old traditions that keep us connected to our roots. Come on, one, come on, all, try our famous Kanaya. Make them fit to Charminar. Delicious flavors aren't very tough. Losing your stress is a guarantee. Electric crowd in the Musina. Hyderabad ka khana bhai. This store you have to try. Biryani and mirchi ka salad, mouth-watering and mind-blowing. Nakko, nakko, nakko makuro, dono haathon se khate jao. Very famous all over the world, Hyderabadi biryani. Biryani and mirchi ka salad, mouth-watering and mind-blowing. Come on, come on, come on, all feast on biryani.
sweet. All the time you want to eat. इसमें लगे bread और शक्कर मिलकर खाए शाम और सफर. Oh so sweet, what a treat. All the time we want to eat. Come on one, come on all, try our famous khana yaar. Begum Pettu Charminar, delicious flavors are very fun. Losing your stress is a guarantee. Let it turn in the musi now. Hyderabad ka khana bhai, this store you have to try. Wah, chai or samosa. Hurry, Sam and Yusuf bhai, let us drink Irani chai with samosa and Usmania biscuit. This will make it a perfect fit. Hurry, Sam and Yusuf bhai, let us drink Irani chai with samosa and Usmania biscuit. This will make it a perfect fit. Come on one, come on all, try our famous khana yaar. Begum Pettu Charminar, delicious flavors aren't very far. Losing your stress is a guarantee. Let it run in the musi now. Hyderabad ka khana bhai, this store you have to try.
Ma, I feel like having some biryani, Ma. Please, Ma. Please, can you have some of it tonight? You could take a cooking holiday. Yes, let's do that.
That's indeed a tempting offer. Let's do it. Biryani for dinner tonight.
Yes. Mission accomplished. Look at this, Mom. It's Hussein Sagar and a humongous Buddha statue. You know, Mom, one day I'm going to take a boat and sail right around it.
Sure, Rahul. But first, wait till you grow up. You know, Rahul, the Buddha statue is a monolith. That means it's carved out of one single gigantic piece of white granite, and it's the largest single stone statue of Gautam Buddha. Not just in India, but the entire world. It seems that about 200 sculptors took close to 20 years to complete this impressive statue. landmark of Hyderabad, isn't it? Mom, look! I can see the Batkama dance on Tangburn.
బతుకు చిత్రాన్ని చెప్పిన పండుగ తెలంగాణ సంస్కృతికి ప్రతీక. తెలంగాణ సంప్రదాయాల సమున్నత రూపం బతుకమ్మ. బతుకమ్మ అంటే బతుకునిచ్చే అమ్మ. ఇదే తెలంగాణ బతుకమ్మ. రండి, అంగరంగ వైభవంగా ట్యాంక్ బండ్పై జరిగే బతుకమ్మ సంబరం వీక్షిద్దాం.
diamond too. It's like a fair with lots of music and dance out there. And you know, Ma, what's the best part of Batkama festival in Hyderabad? What is that, Rahul? The fact that he finished the first term and the long autumn break.
Of course. Why didn't I guess that?
Now, look at the Golconda Fort, Mama. Last year, our teachers took us there for the local excursion. I love the long trek uphill. I even tried to lift the huge hammock buried in the ground. But I wasn't able to do it, Ma.
What a beautiful day. Did you see the elephant tree?
Oh, Hadiyo ke jhar, the elephant tree. Your origin is that of a baobab tree. Fulfill my wishes and make me rich. Don't listen to her. Your mystical powers make your tree that can grant me a wish. Please make me the princess of Golconda.
Why come all the way to me, my dear? Your city houses two of my brothers on the grounds of the Hyderabad public school. My younger brothers were just as mystical.
You could have gone to them. Besides, it's easier to hug them for your wish. His trunk has a circumference of 25 meters.
It is only you who can grant me this wish, my immortal friend.
For the last 600 years, the tree has stood as silent witness to some of the biggest events that changed the history of the Deccan Plateau. I have always wanted to write about the wonders of the indomitable fort, the Fort of Golconda.
Yes, just the way I always wanted to be the princess of Golconda.
Jokes apart, the tea has seen 600 years of this fort, given shade to the great Rudramma, seen the rise and fall of the Qutub Shahi kings, the siege of Golconda by Aurangzeb, and the reign of the Nizams.
It has been a long journey from being a mere mud fort to a monument of impeccable architecture and finally to that of ruins you see in front of you.
It is said that the Hadiyo ke jhar used to house 40 thieves at one time.
Yes, it is an exciting story.
The thieves hid inside the hollow trunk during the day and caused havoc in the village during night time. The tree was such a good hiding spot that the thieves went undetected for months, or perhaps years together.
Except one night, somebody noticed smoke emanating from the woods. A troop of sentries was sent to check. The smoke led the sentries straight to the tree where they noticed smoke coming from the inside of it. I am sure the smoke was caused due to a fire the thieves had lit to cook their food. And the sentries must have discovered thieves hiding inside.
Tell me how and who found the Golconda?
It was a shepherd.
Oh Maharaja, I have found an idol on a hill of granite.
You have discovered a hill?
Yes, my lord. One of my cows ran errant, and while I was running after it, I ended up on this lush green hill.
Mantriji!
Yes, Yes, Your Highness. Plan for us to visit the hill tomorrow. And if it is as magnificent as the shepherd describes it, we shall build a fort and name it after the shepherds and call it the Gollakonda. Yes, Your Highness.
Soon a mud fort was built around the hill to mark it as a property of the Kakatiya dynasty until the great Rudrama strengthened its walls. Why do you always refer to her as the great Rudrama? Rudrama Devi is one of the most prominent rulers. She was the only woman who was ruling in the Kakatiya dynasty. So, what is so great about her? We have had many women rulers like Rani Lakshmi Bai.
That was the difference, my girl. Rudrama Devi was not a Rani. She was known as a Maharaja.
All hail the King and Queen Ganapati and Princess Rudrama Devi. I, amidst the nobility of my land, announce my daughter Rudrama Devi as the successor to my throne.
I beg your forgiveness, Your Highness, but it is only a son who can take over the throne, and since you have not been blessed with a son, you'll have to make a different choice.
I have brought up Rudrama no less than I would have a son. She knows the art of war and administration and is braver than most of you sitting here today.
But, my lord, we cannot change the fact that she is a girl.
Silence, silence. I agree with the Maharaja. Rudrama's courage and intelligence is no less than that of 10 men put together.
Maharaja, I would suggest you make Rudrama your son. I suggest we perform the Putrika ceremony.
The Putrika ceremony will be held on the first auspicious day Guruji can suggest. My daughter will be under the laws of my religion designated as my son. And from now on, Rudrama Devi will be known as Maharaja Rudradeva. In this sacred court, I promise to rule this land with courage, justice and equality to all. With the help of the true citizens of this land, I promise to protect the Kakatiya Empire. Jai Maharaja Rudradeva! 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 Jai Maharaja Rudradeva!
So the great Maharaja Rudradeva ruled over the Kakatiya dynasty and was known for his administration skill, courage, and above all, the reason for justice.
You mean her and not his, right?
Well, she was the son of the king Ganapati Deva. She was known as the Maharaja and not the Maharani. In fact, she also dressed like a man.
So it was her that designed this fort with impeccable architecture? No, no. She strengthened the walls of the fort. It was under the Qutub Shah rulers that the mud fort was transformed into granite with an architecture that still keeps me dumbfounded. I have heard that the fort is so strong that it took Aurangzeb 8 months to conquer the fort. Yes, but that was after the Qutub Shah dynasty had already taken over. I was wondering what made the fort so attractive that he pursued trying to conquer for so many months. All hail the almighty King Aurangzeb, the emperor of this great nation.
Finally, we conquered the land of Ratnas. This land gives us more gems than any other land this nation has ever seen.
Your Honor, is it true that this is the original home of the Kohinoor? The mountain of light that now resides in your peacock throne?
Yes, you are absolutely right.
Your Highness, if I may, this is also where the diamonds like the Hope Diamond, the Nizam Diamond, the Regent Diamond, the Agra Diamond, and the Whittlesbach Diamond were discovered in the very same mines.
The Kohinoor was, of course, the most special of them all.
I remember holding it once while Her Highness was planning on using it as an armlet. What more can you tell us about the Kohinoor? What do you think her value is?
Her value is worth a day's food for all the people in the world.
But she was cursed.
He who owns this diamond will own the world, but will also know all its misfortunes. Only God or a woman can bear it with impunity.
Yes, it's true. I have seen bloodshed, violence, greed, wonder, deception, and wars. I have seen men go mad with power and fall from grace. I have been brought down through the ages, changing hands and making my history on my way. I have been bartered, gifted, stolen, and yet never sold.
Your Honor, I now understand why you were so determined on conquering this fort.
Tell me more about the Qutub Shahi dynasty, please. I am very intrigued. They were great administrators, secular in their rule, and surprisingly very romantic too. Oh, I love romantic stories.
And this one is special.
I am Kuri Qutub Shah.
You're just a boy. You want me to believe that you're a nobleman? Royalty. Move on. I have better things to do. Your Highness, where have you been?
Who is she? I wish I knew. I must know. She sings like a dream, and she dances to the rhythm of my heart. So much beauty leaves me craving for more.
But she's a simple common person. Not to mention, she is Hindu.
I was proclaimed the heir to the throne at the age of 15. I have held many responsibilities, but I have never felt the reason to crave myself. I trust you to keep my reason a secret.
Your wish is my command, Your Highness. Not a word till the day I die.
Bhagavati also propagated these sentiments, and they began to meet regularly, though surreptitiously.
Bhagavati was not royalty, and it is said that she was a dancer and a singer. How long are we going to meet like this? I cannot cross the Musi every day. The monsoons will soon set in, and I won't be allowed to cross it.
I will find a way, dear.
After all, I am the prince. We shall meet whatever be. You are the one most precious reality in my life full of facades.
It worries me to think what a future will be like. I will never be accepted. And the more we meet, the more difficult it will be for us to part.
Don't say that. We will deal with it when the time is right. For now, let me live my life with the hope of seeing you every day.
Hold and behold, the great, the supreme, the wise, the honorable, the great Ibrahim Kuli Qutub Shah Ahmed, his queen Sultana Hayat Baksh are here to honor the court. All rise in their presence.
Prime Minister, let us discuss the plan for the year.
Jo Hukum Hazur, the much awaited Sita Rama Kalyanam is next month.
I hope all the arrangements are in order.
Ji Hazur, all the precious stones, rubies, emeralds, topaz, sapphires and diamonds have been prepared to be sent for the occasion.
Your Highness, why do we send these precious stones every year?
Sultana, we have always believed in keeping our kingdom as secular as possible. This has been a tradition for generations now. In fact, Ramadasa was imprisoned in this very fort.
Why?
He was a great devotee of Lord Rama and was also the Tehsildar of one of our provinces. In his love for the Lord, he had begun to use all the taxes of that province to make jewelry for the idol of Rama.
He didn't use the money for himself?
No, his might for the Lord was so beyond human reason, people had begun to say, we had imprisoned the Lord himself. What is next on agenda, Prime Minister?
Hazur, this year the festival of Batkama and Muharram fall in the same month.
Make sure the auspicious chadar and a generous donation reaches the Dargah, and also the required material to make the Batkama festival an event to be remembered for years to come. I want everyone to celebrate with joy and unity.
Ji Hazur.
How are you, my son?
I'm fine, mother. Thank you.
I must comment on the cool breeze in this chamber, Your Highness, especially in the peak of summer. I'm glad you brought me here to experience this.
This was the prudence of the architect who designed the Golconda. I am told while he was designing the fort, the queen had a problem with looking at herself in the mirror.
She felt that the face was getting dark spots due to the reflection. So, the architect planned a water body in the fort in such a way that she could see her reflection in the water, and built the ventilation in such a way that the water bodies would cool the hot breeze of summer.
The architecture of this fort is indeed something to be proud of.
The acoustics are so brilliant that she just needs to clap once to summon me.
Your Highness, the news is true.
Is it really true?
I'm afraid, yes. Our prince is on a path of no return. His love for Bagmati knows no bounds. He has been meeting her every day in the village. And has not even cared for his own life.
So was it Bagmati who summoned him?
Tell me in clear words.
Her village is across the river from the palace, and at least on one occasion, the prince had to risk his life while crossing the river. The river today was in spate and seemed intent on drowning the village of his beloved. The prince urged his horse to jump into the raging torrent, somehow made it to the other shore and succeeded in rescuing her.
Oh, we must put an end to this before he breaks that romantic neck of his.
The prince's love for Bagmati is now beyond our control.
Then so be it. I order for a bridge to be built across the Musi.
Purana Pul, right? It was made to carry the weight of the Kuli's love in 1578. It is considered the oldest bridge in South India.
Correct. Shortly after the demise of the king, Quli Qutub Shah took over the throne and married his beloved. It is right here on Google. The name of the prince was Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah. The name of his beloved queen was Bhagamati, and the city that he named after her was initially known as Bhagyanagar, but was later renamed Hyderabad once Bhagamati was given the title Hyderabad. The Golconda Fort travel is really inspiring, especially at night when the sound and the light show rebuilds the ancient fables once again. Now we are coming to another fun place, Mom, the Shilparamam. Look how full of exciting things it is. You know, Rahul, personally, I love window shopping through all the ethnic stuff at Shilparamam. And if I spy something unique, I love picking it up for Rahul. I have a dream. dances was so graceful. The exuberance and Josh was really infectious. Yes, Ma, I felt like dancing too. We now have the Salazar Museum, Mom. We went to it when we were in class 3. Our teacher showed us a lot of amazing things there.
सालार म्यूजियम कहने के लिए तो मैं एक बेजान सी इमारत हूँ, लेकिन मेरे जर्रे जर्रे में इतिहास की अनेक तारीखें जिंदा हैं। मैं अपने आप में इतिहास हूँ, वर्तमान हूँ और आने वाला भविष्य हूँ। भले ही मेरा इतिहास अधिक पुराना न रहा, लेकिन सदियों पुराना इतिहास मेरे भीतर समाया हुआ है। वजीर आजम मीर यूसुफ अली खान सालार जंग ने अपने ख्वाबों को हकीकत का रूप दिया। अपने पसीने की कमाई और जिंदगी के 35 साल लगाकर मुझे कोहिनूर की सरजमी पर उतारा। दुनिया के 3 बड़े म्यूजियमों में से मैं एक हूँ। मेरी तुलना लंदन में बने विक्टोरिया एंड अल्बर्ट म्यूजियम से की जाती है। मैं निजामों के इतिहास के साथ साथ देश की कहानियां सुनाता हूँ।
आप कौन हो? इस खूबसूरत लिबास में आप कहाँ जा रही हो? हमें तो लगता है आप आसमान से उतरी कोई परी हो और धरती को जन्नत बनाने आई हो।
ना मैं जन्नत की नूर हूँ, ना ही आसमान से उतरी कोई परी हूँ। मैं तो इंसान का ख्वाब हूँ और हकीकत बनकर मार्बल की मूर्ति में समाई हुई हूँ।
कौन है वो खुदा का नेक बंदा जो जन्नत को जमीन पर लाकर भी उसे ख्वाब बताता है?
ख्वाबों के शहंशाह इटली में जन्म लेने वाली जियोवानी मारिया बेंजोनी है, जिन्होंने मुझे मूर्ति रूप में उतारकर सालारजंग के शीशों में सजाया है।
वाह, क्या खूब! चेहरे पर चांद सजा, पर्दे में उसे छुपा कर यह कौन उतर रही है? यह कौन उतर रही है?
सितारों की शमा बुझाकर, अंधेरों में दिया जलाकर यह कौन भटक रही है? यह कौन भटक रही है? लगता है चांदनी ने मुंह मोल लिया है चांद से, जन्नत को जमीन पर लाकर आसमां में खोज रही है।
इटालियन मूर्तिकार जियोवानी मारिया की नजरों और खूबसूरत हाथों ने मुझे ऐसा तराशा कि इस बेजान सी मार्बल में खूबसूरती का संगीत उमड़ने लगा।
अरे यार, हैदराबाद का सालारजंग म्यूजियम तो बड़ा ही खूबसूरत है और अमीर भी लगता है।
अरे यहाँ का म्यूजियम ही नहीं, यहाँ की हर गली, चौराहे, सड़कें, बाजार खूबसूरत और अमीर हैं। जरा उधर तो देख, तस्वीर भी इतनी खूबसूरत होती है, ऐसे लग रही है जैसे अभी बोल उठेगी। मैं रवि वर्मा के हाथों से बनाई गई एक तस्वीर हूँ। मैं दिखने में बेजान सी लगती हूँ, लेकिन पेंसिल की हर लकीरें, रंगों का हर छींटा अपनी कहानी खुद सुनाते हैं। बेजान चित्रों में कहानी छिपी है।
हाँ, नफरत से भरी इस दुनिया में हम प्रेम मोहब्बत का पाठ पढ़ाते हैं। तुम किस चिंता में डूबी बैठी हो? जरा सामने तो देख, तेरे कदमों में सारा जहां बिखरा पड़ा है।
मैं इस दुनिया का दीदार कर रही थी। हम तो बेजान सी तस्वीर हैं, फिर भी प्यार मोहब्बत में बंधी है। लेकिन सामने बैठी यह दुनिया तो खुदा की सबसे खूबसूरत तमन्ना है। फिर उनके दिल में नफरत क्यों भरी रहती है?
हकीकत की दुनिया ऐसी ही होती है। हम तस्वीरों की दुनिया ही अच्छी है, जो बेजान होकर भी हमेशा मुस्कुराती रहती है।
कितना सच कहती है यह तस्वीरें, जिन्हें मुस्कुराने के लिए खुदा ने सांसों की डोर डाली। उस बदन से तो यह तस्वीरें ही बनी हैं, जो डोर से लटक कर भी अपने लबों पर मुस्कुराहट लिए रहती है। भाई, आपने गुलर की लकड़ी से बनी मूर्ति देखी है? नहीं भाई, मैंने तो नहीं देखी। भाई, सालारजंग म्यूजियम की जान है वह। 19वीं सेंचुरी में फ्रांस में एक महान कारीगर द्वारा बनाई गई थी यह मूर्ति। 1876 में नवाब मीर तुर्ब अली खान सालारजंग I के द्वारा भारत में लाई गई थी। इस मूर्ति के 2 रूप, जरा ध्यान से सुनो, मूर्ति कुछ कह रही है। मेरा नाम मार्गरीटा है, संसार की अच्छाई का प्रतीक हूँ।
मुझे लोग मेफिस्टोफेल कहते हैं, दुनिया की हैवानियत का ठहराव मैं।
मेफिस्तो, तुम्हारी जगह तो जहन्नुम में थी। तुम इस जन्नत में क्या कर रहे हो?
मैं तो जहन्नुम में ही था। हमारे प्रेमी फास्ट ने मुझे धरती पर बुलाया था। वह संसार में सब कुछ पाना चाहता था।
सब कुछ पाना चाहता था?
हाँ मार्गरेटा, इंसान में बहुत कुछ पाने की भूख रहती है। वह भूख ही उसे मेरा गुलाम बना देती है।
लेकिन
म्यूजियम में आपका चेहरा सामने रहता है। मैं अच्छाई होकर भी पीछे क्यों छिपी रहती हूँ? मैं तो बस आईने से ही दिखाई देती हूँ।
मार्गरेटा, सच्चाई और अच्छाई तो दिल के आने में दिखाई देती है। शराफत और हैवानियत दोनों ही इंसान के रूप है।
मेफिस्तो, आपके आ जाने से यह जन्नत जैसी धरती जहाँ नूर बन गई है। तुम यहाँ से चले जाओ और इस दुनिया को प्यार मोहब्बत से रहने दो।
मैं कहाँ अपनी मर्जी से आता हूँ? इंसान मुझे खुद बुलाता है। कभी लालच के रास्ते से बुलाता है तो कभी नफरत के रास्ते से।
मुझे विश्वास है, मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि गुरु हमें आईने में दिखने वाली मार्गरीटा बनाएगी, प्रेम और मोहब्बत से रहने वाला इंसान बनाएगी।
मैं जा रहा हूँ, मुझे अपने पास मत बुलाना, नहीं तो तुम्हारा सुख चैन छीन लूंगा।
भाई, सुना है सालार जंग में एक बहुत बड़ी घड़ी है, वह बड़ी मजेदार है। आवाज कहाँ से आ रही है?
अरे भाई, जरा नजर घुमाकर देखो, मैं यहाँ हूँ।
हाँ, वहाँ नहीं, चलो वहाँ चलते हैं। ध्यान से सुनो, यह भी कुछ बोल रही है।
देखो दोस्तों, मैं हमेशा से एक ही बात कहती रहती हूँ, जो मेरे साथ कदम से कदम मिलाकर चलता है उसे मैं आसमान की बुलंदियों तक पहुँचा देती हूँ, और जो मेरी टिक टिक करती सुइयों से कदम नहीं मिला पाता उन्हें मैं बहुत पीछे छोड़ देती हूँ।
तुम अपने बारे में भी तो कुछ बताओ। तुम सालार जंग में क्या कर रही हो? कहाँ से आई हो?
हाँ, क्यों नहीं। मैं बनी तो इंग्लैंड में थी और सबसे पहले कोलकाता में पहुंची। नवाब यूसुफ अली खान सालार जंग तीसरे ने मुझे कुक एंड कैलरी कंपनी से खरीदा था, तब से मैं यहीं पर हूँ।
तुझमें क्या खूबी है जो लोग तुझे दूर दूर से देखने आते हैं?
अरे भाई, जरा पीछे सरको, मेरे ऊपर बैठने का इरादा है क्या? तुम भारतीयों की बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है। इंग्लैंड की गोरी देखी नहीं कि घेर लिया चारों ओर से। दूर खड़े होकर देखो।
यह घड़ी तो बड़े नखरे वाली है, इसमें तो नवाबों वाली नवाबगिरी है। भाई, होगी क्यों नहीं, नवाबों द्वारा ही तो लाई गई थी। तुझे पता नहीं क्या, इंग्लैंड से आई हुई विलायती मेम साहब है ये। अच्छा, घड़ी मेम साहब, आपको देखने के लिए लोग दूर दूर से क्यों आते हैं?
वह देखो, वो दाढ़ी वाला भाई साहब है ना, हर घंटे दरवाजे के बाहर आते हैं और घंटा बजाकर अंदर चले जाते हैं। दुनिया उसे खिलौना समझकर हंसती है और वह दुनिया को खिलौना समझकर हंसता है।
दुनिया को खिलौना? यह तुम क्या कह रही हो? कुछ समझ नहीं आया।
अरे भाई, यह दुनिया खिलौना ही तो है। ऊपर वाला खुदा है ना, उसने जितनी चाबी भरी है उतने देर तक मैं इस धरती के रंगमंच पर अपना खेल दिखाता हूँ। चाबी बंद हुई तो खिलौने का खेल बंद हुआ। पर मैं जब भी बाहर आकर घंटा बजाकर जाता हूँ तो मैं इंसान के जीवन में टाइम का एहसास करवाता हूँ। पर इंसान है कि मुझे देखकर हंसता है और मैं इंसान को देखकर हंसता हूँ।
दाढ़ी वाला खिलौना तो बहुत समझदार है, आपने तो बहुत बड़ी बात कह दी।
अरे भाई, अब जाओ यहाँ से। अब मुझे घूर घूर कर क्या देख रहे हो? इस हैदराबाद में और भी तो चीजें हैं देखने के लिए, जाओ उन्हें भी दिखाओ।
हाँ, माफ करना घड़ी मेम साहब, तुम्हें देखते देखते समय का पता ही नहीं चला। तो दोस्तों, अभी हमें विदा दीजिए।
Now, where are we going next on this virtual tour, Rahul?
Look, the Ravindra Bharati. Didn't Cousin Rohan say that he took part in an HPS concert at Ravindra Bharati?
Yes, Rahul, I've been to a couple of HPS concerts there. Did you know that it is a prestigious national theatre built by the government and it's named after the Nobel Prize winner Sri Rabindranath Tagore? There is always something happening at the Ravindra Bharati. It is a hub of all kinds of cultural activities.
Close my eyes and I can see a world that's made and not for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door,
Ravindra Bharati has attained an iconic stature in Hyderabad, Rahul. All prominent artists aspire to perform in this famous auditorium. Award ceremonies, dance arrangements, felicitations, concerts, etc. are a common occurrence here. Many local, state level, and even national performers take pride in performing at the Ravindra Bharati. Here, Rahul, take a break now. Have some sandwiches. Would you like to have some milk too?
Okay, Mom.
Come on, Rahul. What's next? Oh, look, Mom. This is New Age Hyderabad, the high-tech city.
Arvind Mama, no? He lives there, doesn't he? There are so many exciting malls and eateries out there.
You're right, Rahul. Let's have a look.
Están en Pandora. Si existe el infierno, querrán ir allá para descansar después de servir en Pandora. No se acabará mientras yo respire. Esperaba que dijeras eso. Vengo, papá.
Baba Blue, Balti, Machas.
That dance was really impressive. Indeed, it looks like Hyderabad is moving forward gracefully into the age of modern technology. Wow, I can't believe this. This is fantastic now. The next contemporary place of interest is the Hyderabad Public School. My school. I didn't realize that it's so great, Ma. Of course, Rahul. It is one of the best schools in the country. Why do you think Dad and I wanted to admit you into our alma mater? Both of us studied there when we were children.
Looming large over the hurly-burly of the moving mass of humanity and traffic, on one of the busiest roads of Hyderabad, stands tall and resilient the Hyderabad Public School. One of the most iconic historical landmarks of the city, this school has stood the test of time and seen generations of children enter and leave its hallowed grounds. Come, let's travel back in time and take a little peek into its fascinating past. It was that time when Hyderabad was still a princely state and the city had a regal air about it.
Begum, your hair is so pretty.
Go get me some sharbat.
Begum, what would you like to wear around your neck? Rubies or emeralds?
I'm too bored with rubies and emeralds. Diamonds. I'll wear diamonds today.
Begum, brocade or embroidered muslin for your chadar?
It's too hot for brocade. I'll wear muslin.
Begum, the Sultan is here.
Show him in.
The Sultan ul Mulk asked his mother for a favor. He told her that the children of the royal families needed a school for a more secular and modern education, and for that they needed land in order to set up a school. The Begum graciously agreed to part with a small portion of her land, a modest 89 acres.
Thank you. I knew you would understand. Oh, it's just a tiny portion of my pandan ka kharcha. I won't even notice its absence, and it will help the children.
And so it came to pass that one of the grandest institutions that Hyderabad has ever known was founded, the Hyderabad Public School Begumpet. The little royals of the Nawabs and Jagirdars were its first students. It officially began in 1923 with only 5 students.
Today the acting was so
I liked it very much.
What do we have next? Who is that?
He would be the 5th boy who has just joined the school.
Stop. Did we pack my favorite silk pajamas?
Nawabzada, your favorite silk pajamas are packed in the trunk number 53. We'll be shortly sending it to your home.
Shabash. What do I have now? English, poetry, Urdu. Nawabzada, it's the subject you hate the most. Long division. In that case, I shall go to my room and take a nap.
Come along.
The school grew in eminence and was the most sought after institution for children of the well-heeled. Mr. Arnold Brown was the last of the Englishmen to be engaged as the headmaster of the school, and to him the school owes something that is very special to it.
Tea, sir. Tea, ma'am.
Hello.
This tea is splendid, my dear. It's Darjeeling, my darling. So much better than Earl Grey.
Hello.
Try these cookies, please.
Hello.
Hello. These cookies are simply divine. Oh, they are from this delightful place called Karachi Bakery.
You know, I feel like I have to leave a legacy behind for this fine institution. Something to be remembered by.
Oh, I know what you can do. Why don't you write the school song?
Yes, indeed.
Mr. Arnold Brown wrote the school song that is sung to this day, and its refrain has led generations through the portals of this edifice. For a long while, the HPS Begumpet remained the bastion for boys only. It was in 1984 that it opened its doors to girls.
Pass it to me. No, me. Pass it to me. I got this. No, pass it to me. Pass it to me. Please. Don't pass it to him. Don't pass it to him. Please. No, pass it to me. No, I got this. I have this. No, please. Pass it to me. Where's the shine? I got this. No, pass it to me.
I don't know where it is.
Don't pass it to me. No, pass it to me. Let's act as boys. Excuse me. They're not able to hear us.
Let me try. Excuse me. Can you please tell me where the Shaheen is?
What? They are girls? But what are they doing here? Let's ask them.
Yeah.
Hey, this is an all-boys school.
But not anymore.
What? That's the Shaheen.
Thank you, boys. You have been most helpful.
Hey, are you from Nagarjuna, Nalanda, Taxila, Vijayanagar?
The Hyderabad Public School has grown from strength to strength over the years, with its students achieving great heights of success. The school is proud of its budding musicians. Indeed, the HPS school band has quite a formidable reputation in the city. Sports is what makes the HPS what it is. Our students have won accolades across the country in team sports like cricket and football. And what's more, the school fosters talent in the arts. The works of our homegrown artists adorn the walls of the school. The HPS Begumpet's biggest ambassadors are its illustrious alumni, who are counted as influencers and game changers in their respective chosen fields. We have a few of them right here with us. This man has recently been voted by Forbes as one of the most successful CEOs in the world. He is currently the CEO of MasterCard. Ladies and gentlemen, Ajay Pal Singh Banga.
We have the internet of everything, but not the inclusion of everyone. People will value you for your transparency, your decency, and your sense of purpose. Your integrity is
everything, and that's what you will be respected for.
Microsoft is almost synonymous with this man's name. This Telugu boy from the HPS is currently its CEO. Let's hear it for Satya Nadella.
Our industry does not respect tradition. It only respects innovation. Be passionate and bold. Keep learning. You stop doing useful things if you don't learn.
The school's most popular export to Tinseltown. This man has ruled the silver screen in Tollywood and Bollywood for nearly 3 decades. That's right, superstar Akkineni Nagarjuna.
Mafia ki grammar nerpindi nene, glamour techindi nene. Hyderabad lo rende famous. Okati Rani Chai, inkodi Bhai.
Not just CEOs and actors, but the school has also produced distinguished politicians. This man is the ex-chief minister of the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh. Let's welcome Shri Kiran Kumar Reddy.
What we have to do is what we can do to the people. Yes, certain things have happened, and what has to happen is more important than what has happened.
This man's suave voice has ruled the cricket fields of the country over the years. His humor and witticisms are legendary. Ladies and gentlemen, cricket commentator Harsha Bhogle.
I learned this very early in my childhood. Remember the good and forget the bad. Sometimes your greatest strength can emerge as your weakness if the context changes.
Girls from the school have gone on to achieve great success. This young lady is currently a senior advocate in the highest court of this land, the Supreme Court. Give it up for Menaka Guruswamy.
Activists have learned that while pushing for change, those desired the most must be aware of who they are and why they want the change.
The eagle's destiny is to not just fly, but to soar. That is the defining spirit of the Hyderabad Public School Begumpet. And that is what makes us special, makes us different.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that Hyderabad is considered to be one of the best cities in India? Earlier on, it was a very prosperous Nizami state with a rich cultural heritage. Now, it is the technology hub of the country, balancing its cultural legacy with its modern responsibilities. We hope you enjoyed this virtual tour of Hyderabad as much as we did.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We live in an age where technology is progressing in leaps and bounds. Obviously, we cannot always keep our children from the resultant exposure. So then, what are we to do? There is really no clear rule to follow, is there? Like Rahul's mother says, when in Rome, be a Roman. All we can do is to stumble along, keeping ethics and morals as our only guidelines. At the same time, let us not lose our intrinsic identity. So, to all the loving moms and anxious dads out there, let us take one little step at a time. Let us take more interest in our children's online explorations. Let us strive to lead them on into activities which helped to harness the unlimited powers of the potent internet. Being a small child, Rahul was guided easily enough into constructive use of the internet. Today, shall we take a pledge to do the best for our kids and ensure that they grow up in a safe world, to be well-adjusted, better informed, socially responsible and caring adults that we, the school, and you, the parents, can be proud of. Thank you.
We are on the threshold of celebrating our 71st Republic Day. We are the world's largest democracy, a rising economic powerhouse, and an important regional power. We salute the strong and undaunted spirit of India, where the head is held high and the mind is without fear. Happy Republic Day to all of you. And as the principal rightly pointed out, let us not become tools of our tools. Use technology carefully, understanding that we impact the world by what we browse. I now request our Registrar, Colonel Sharma, to escort our Chief Guest, Mr. Eric Alexander, the Turkish Consul General, Mr. Adnan Altay Altinor, and other dignitaries of the Hyderabad Public Schools Society, the President, Mr. A. Shah Mohan, the Vice President of the HPS Society and Vice Chairman of the Hyderabad Public Schools Board of Governors and Chairman of the Hyderabad Public School Warangal. Mr. M.A. Faiz Khan, who is the Secretary and Treasurer of the Hyderabad Public Schools Society, Member Board of Governors, and Chairman of the Hyderabad Public School Kadapa. Mr. Raghuram Reddy, who is member of the HPS Society and Member Board of Governors. For a group photograph with our 700 strong contingent of artists aged between 3 and 13 from classes PP1 to class 8.
I request Professor Nirmani and Mrs. Radha Reddy, the Secretary to Board of Governors, to please join us on the stage.
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to see much from here, but yes, Dr. Virmani and Mrs. Radha Reddy. I think there is Aditya Reddy also. Mr. Apnender Babu on this side. Please join our children. They'll be very, very happy to have a group photograph with all of you. Ramesh, have you taken the photograph? We now request our principal, Mr. Skanbali, to present our chief guest, Mr. Eric Alexander, with our school memento and a copy of the Shaheen and the Eaglet. Sir, we thank you so much for spending this evening with us and enriching us with your presence. We've also been fortunately joined by the Turkish Consul General, Dr. Adnan Altay Altinors, and his spouse, Mrs. Kubra Altinors. Sir, we are grateful and wish to place on record our appreciation of your presence this evening with us. Thank you so much. So may we now request our chief guest, Mr. Eric Alexander, Chief of the Consular Section at the Consulate, US Consulate, to address our students and our parents. I'm sure they would love to listen to you.
Good evening. First of all, let me thank the Hyderabad Public School for inviting me and giving me the chance to watch this absolutely wonderful performance this evening. To all of the parents out there in the audience, you should be really, really proud of your children. They've done an outstanding job tonight. I don't think there's anywhere, whether it's Broadway or Tollywood, that had a better show tonight than we had here. And to all of you who did the show tonight, who performed, you should feel really, really proud of your accomplishment. I am sure there were moments in the months that you were rehearsing and preparing where you thought, this will never work, where you were scared you were going to blow your lines, where something would go wrong. Well, you should all feel a great sense of accomplishment. You were just truly amazing, truly outstanding. And you all managed to show how wonderful a city you live in, to show the greatness of Hyderabad from its history to its cuisine, its culture, its future in technology. And I was also really glad that you also showed your school, because your school is a part of that history, a part of that culture, and a part of this city's dedication to education. And more importantly, it also reminds us that you will be the next generation that writes the next page in that history. How you choose to take your learning from here and develop it will shape the Hyderabad of the future, and I hope you'll take the opportunity to travel the world and share the story of your city. So thank you again so much for a truly wonderful and spectacular evening.
Thank you, sir. You've made it very, very special indeed. Now we request the principal and the registrar to kindly escort the guests back. While thanking the chief guest and our special guest for the evening, I would also like to mention that a function of this magnitude is not possible without the determined and dedicated effort of every member of the staff, both teaching, administration, support, and all the backstage help. I wish to place on record our deep appreciation of their hard work. This was truly a labor of love. Thank you, Mr. Narsingh, for conceptualizing the event, and the teachers for your creative execution. We thank our parents for their joyous and enthusiastic participation. We also express our gratitude to members of the print and electronic media. We know you love HPS. Special mention must be made of Mr. Ashwin of Prakash Sounds, Mr. Gyaneshwar of the SVC Audio Company, Mr. Kishore Anand and Mr. Srinivas for the graphics, Mr. Suresh for the stage mask, and Mr. Venkatesh for the photography and videography. This was a complete in-house indigenous production, and that was possible only because of our supremely talented students, all between the ages of 3 and 13. We did not give them the support of our senior school, who were left to do their academics. Our young brigade has held fort brilliantly. Congratulations. We are indebted to all of you for the hard work that you have put in. Ladies and gentlemen, before I request you to rise for the national anthem, let me say this much. You were Bhagyanagar, city of fortune then. Today, you are Hyderabad, city of hope. Ladies and gentlemen, who lives if Hyderabad perishes? Who dies if Hyderabad flourishes? Hyderabad, we love you. Long live this city, its people, and its spirit. Good night and God bless. Let us rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 जय